Only on Christ 17, you gotta stay hydrated. H2O. Back at you with another one. This one, a little different, a little bit graphic, sad, you know. But this is crazy shit too. Like the stuff that's going on in the world is just every day is just an outrageous thing. Right? But this is different. Check this out.
Alligator attack in Largo. The daughter of the 41-year-old victim is speaking out. This tragic incident happened Friday evening on 134th Avenue North. That's near McKay Creek, where officials found parts of a body in an alligator's mouth. Fox 13 Jennifer Veglas is here tonight. Jennifer, you spoke with the daughter. What do we know about the victim?
Yeah, so we know that 23-year-old Brianna Doris now has to plan a funeral for her 41-year-old mother, Sabrina Peckham. Doris tells me her mom was living in a homeless camp in a wooded area nearby, but never expected to hear from Largo police on Friday that her mom died from an alligator attack.
Every second of every day, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, she's gonna walk through the door. Like, this is all a nightmare, but it's not.
Tonight, Brianna Doris is at a loss for words, still processing how her mom, Sabrina Peckham, was killed just a few days ago here by a 14-foot alligator.
Knowing that's how she went, it wasn't painless, it wasn't fast, it wasn't easy. She struggled.
Doris says Peckham was living in the woods nearby, but every morning and every evening, her mom would stop by to see her grandkids. When she didn't show up Thursday evening and Friday morning, Doris knew something wasn't right. Hours later, FWC and Largo PD received multiple calls from people spotting the alligator with a human body part in its mouth. Our Skyfox cameras capturing the scene at the creek, where tonight a makeshift memorial with flowers and balloons are posted. Doris says, despite Peckham's criminal history of trespassing and drug possession, she wants people to know how big her mother's heart was.
Selfless, 100% selfless. She was homeless herself, but it didn't matter. She'd give you the last piece of food on her plate. She would give you the shirt off of her back if she needed to.
Now, Peckham's official cause of death is still under investigation, but you can count on us to share the results from the medical examiner's office once they are released. Lloyd.
Fox 13 Jennifer Veglas.
Well, we know this, that the lady was homeless, living in a wooded area, and she had a drug problem, you know, and that's probably why the daughter didn't let her stay with her. She'd come over to see her granddaughter, which is still a great thing. But something sounds a little bit fishy about this thing. I don't know if this lady just got snatched by the alligator or did somebody do something to her and threw her in that pond. Because that sounds a little bit weird. With the tore her to pieces. So if you're going to do something to somebody and try to kill somebody and they get away with the murder, would be probably throwing it with the gator so they could tear up the whatever evidence there might have been, you know, fingerprints, boom, something, you know, hit to the head, anything, bruises, something broken, fractured skull. But when the alligator tears the body apart, it's pretty much tearing up the evidence too, if that is the case. Because I don't know how some lady's gonna get, snatched by a fucking alligator. They are living in the woods, but how close to the pond is the woods? Something about this seems a little bit fishy. And don't be shocked if we hear in the coming weeks that this lady was killed and thrown in there for the alligators to eat. Because something don't sound right. If she was going to her daughter's house every day to see the grandbaby, and then all of a sudden she's not coming, and the daughter automatically knows she broke the routine, so something's wrong. it just feels like maybe it's different. I don't know. Because what would she be doing in a pond that got gators in it? Unless she was close to it and got snatched up and drug in there. That's possible. Anything is. But in Florida, I wouldn't live in Florida. Too much different shit over there. Crazy shit. They got gators, they got pythons, they got all kind of poisonous snakes. Florida got too much shit I don't want no part of. So you guys can have Florida. I might go to Florida one day to maybe check Miami out. Maybe catch Tampa Bay and a Yankee game, something like that. When Tampa Bay get this new stadium, I would love to see it, but I don't know. Might go to a Jacksonville game, but it just seems like too much crazy shit happens in Florida. Now this young girl got to plan a funeral for her mother. Does she have the money, or are they going to do a GoFundMe? I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's just another sad sight to see of another crazy thing happen in Florida. Florida got the most craziest shit. The news I bring from Florida is different than all my other news on this channel. You know, and that's a hell of a way to die. In the jaws of a gator or a crocodile or any fucking animal. A lion, it doesn't matter. Getting torn to shreds, torn to fucking pieces while you still alive. Knowing you're gonna die, but it's a slow death. Cause them motherfuckers do the gator roll, drown you, and then start tearing you to shreds. That's no way to go. That's no way I wanna go. Florida, man, I don't know, man. Florida's different. It's like a whole different country in Florida. It's just like Texas. Texas is different. Florida is different. Them is two places I will not live. In them two states. And that's a fact. That is a fact. But with that being said, man, this is Christ 17 TV. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, share my videos, please. And stay out them swamps. Stay away from anything that got alligators, crocodiles, mountain lions, anything that can tear you to shreds. Stay away from that shit before you be a next victim in a crazy news article or news story, or just maybe never found. Because the gator might eat everything. But I seen it a few days ago where the kid was, not a kid, but he's probably about 21, walking from work, and he's the one who spotted it. He said it was his first time even seeing a gator, and then when he looked, he seen like a torso. So this lady was already torn to pieces by this gator. And he was coming home from work, and he said he's never walking to work again. He's getting him a bike. That's how scared it got this grown dude. He ain't never seen it, and then when he does see it, it's a 14-foot gator. You know how big and strong that fucking gator is? Tearing you to pieces and smithereens in seconds. First, it does the death roll. After it drowns you, then it starts pulling you apart like pulled pork. And it's sad, man. It's sad. But my condolences for the daughter. Hope she actually has the money to bury her mother. And too bad they couldn't have got the mother into a rehab, got her well, because she seemed like she wanted to be in the baby's life. And that's a real good thing out of a horrible, tragic story. And you see certain things like drugs get involved and stop you from being a grandmother, a mother, an auntie, even a daughter or a mom. It ruins the family. In most cases in Florida, she was on meth. Once that you get on that meth shit, you get hooked on that shit, and it's hard to get the fuck off that shit, and that's a fucking fact. So with that being said, man, just keep your head on a swivel, because anything can happen any place or time. And I'll catch you on the flip side, man. It's Christ 17 TV. Until the next time, player. Catch you on the flip side. Share my videos, please.